Gotta love failures. All right, so what I'm working on here at the lathe is, I think I said in a video a while back that I needed to make an M8 by 1.25 thread, or a threaded rod. This is for a friend. So through lots of math and everything, I came up with need the M8 by 1.25. I just went for the medium fit coming out of the machinist handbook, external threads. So my max major diameter was 7.9272 millimeters, or 0.3138 inches. My minimum major diameter is 0.760, or 0.3055 inches. What I did is I turned a piece of, I believe this was 1/2 inch stock because I had it on hand. I turned that down to 0.310 inches. And then I went ahead and made a relief back here. I made the relief 1,000 smaller, or no, 2,000 smaller. My minor diameter was 0.253 or 0.245. And I made my relief down to 0.235. And evidently, I cannot read a dial here, and the last time I went through, I was actually trucking along pretty good, and yep, I wasn't paying attention to my dial, and I went in too far. I want to say, I can't remember exactly where I was at because I was too PO'd at the moment, because I was trucking along really good, and yep, failure. Basically, I put too much pressure on the workpiece here at the relief, and that's what happened. Now, I don't know if that's because of this type of steel I'm using or what. I think I'm going to try this again, and maybe using aluminum. I'm not really sure. Or some type of, I've got some higher strength steel down here. I've got this old crankshaft. I might try that. I've got some, I don't think this is big enough. I've got this bar right here. I don't even know what kind of metal it is. But I think in this particular case, just the metal wasn't strong enough, and I put too much pressure on it. That's my own fault. But you live and learn. Quick change tool post is working great. I really like it, even though it is a cheapy version. Yeah, I mean, overall, I'm really happy. I did make this before. No particular... I don't think anything will ever fit this because I don't even know the diameter of it. I just wanted to see if I could cut threads. And so this is 20 threads per inch. Now, the reason I came up with 20 threads per inch is I got to reading online. Obviously, this is an Imperial or SAE lathe here, and I'm trying to cut metric. Well, that means that, what was all the, anyway, I was reading online, and there's a thread on Practical Machinist basically said you can get away with 20 threads per inch on, and this is not a tight tolerance piece of equipment here, or this is not a tight tolerance job. And so I was going to try 20 threads per inch, which is basically 0.05. Anyway, yeah, 0.05, and I needed to do the 1.25. I think that calculates out to what, 0.0492 threads. Anyway, a lot of math. My head's about to explode from all the math because I've never done all this before. But that's where we're at, kind of failure, and very sad. Certainly something to keep because I think it's kind of cool. But I think I'm going to turn the lights out here and call it good for the night because I'm kind of frustrated. But I think I learned quite a bit. And particularly how to operate the lathe. I didn't make a video of any of that because it was a lot of basically me standing there with my mouth open, thinking about what movements to do. And I think I made it a really long way without breaking something until I got to this. And I mean, the only thing I wish I would have done differently is I needed to chamfer this edge here on the end of the, what should have been a threaded rod. I needed to chamfer that edge. And I don't think my relief cut needed to be as deep. And I'm thinking that maybe I should have tapered this out a little bit. I'm wondering if that right there created kind of a weak spot for it. I'm not really sure. But we're going to try again and go from there. So I think what I might do is I might take instead of using this, this, I don't even know what kind of steel it is. It doesn't even have a tag on it anymore. Instead of using this, I may go get a bolt, like a long threaded rod or something, and turn that down, and maybe that'll be a little bit better. So anyway, sorry I didn't get a video of any of this working, but it's one of those things that I have to process a lot when I'm doing this. And it's extremely difficult for me to make a video while I'm doing it, or at least try to think about making a video while I'm talking myself through it, considering I basically have to stand here for a few minutes every time I do something. But I do like the quick change tool post. I'll do a review on those. Like I said, these are just the AccuSize, just basically Chinese knockoff. I really like them so far for my purposes. Certainly think that, that's my backlash and my crossfeed. And like the lathe, I obviously need quite a number of things for it. I would love a live center that works. I also need a new drill chuck and a couple of some centers and things like that. But overall, really happy with it. You know, this is one of those things I'm learning, you know, back gears and things like that. So we'll go from there. So thanks for watching.